In our last episode, we spoke about the prophecies from the Old Testament that Jesus fulfilled. 61 of them. How incredible is that? I mean, he really is the Messiah. I think if he had a thought about his appearing on earth, he would have known, it would have been this: I am the fulfillment of God's promise of the Messiah. He understood that, and that's what I hope you'll understand this Christmas as well. But think about it for a moment. The prophecies that were around his birth are one thing, but there were incredible prophecies and quite scary prophecies around his death. At his death, he fulfilled 29 prophecies, many of them which he could not have orchestrated, again proving that he was the Christ. So let me give you some of those. 400 years before it happened, it says in Zechariah 11:13, he was betrayed for 30 pieces of silver. How specific is that figure? It was fulfilled in Matthew 26:15. In Isaiah 52:14, it said he was disfigured so badly he would hardly be recognized as a man. It was fulfilled when Jesus was flogged in John 19:1. These prophecies came hundreds of years before Christ was even born. How incredible is that? Listen to this one. Both of his hands and feet would be pierced for our sins, according to Psalm 22:16. That was fulfilled on the cross in Luke 23:33. Also, in Psalm 34:20, it says, not a bone in his body would be broken. Fulfilled in John 19:32-33. Not a bone in his body would be broken. Do you realize that at the crucifixion, the way that they sped up someone's death is that they would break their legs? They did that to the thief on the left and on the right, but they did not break Jesus' legs because they looked and said, oh no, he's already dead. Little did they know, in that act of not breaking his legs, they would be confirming the prophecy. If they had broken his legs, we couldn't say that Jesus fulfilled all the prophecies told by the prophets hundreds of years before. But because they didn't break his legs, he was the fulfillment of every single prophecy. That is amazing. Now think about Christmas for a moment. There might be some things that you're hoping for. If you are hoping for them in God, and you know that actually God has spoken, there is a promise here, just as we look at the fulfillment of Jesus, that God fulfills everything that he has spoken. He wants to fulfill the promises given to you. And so that can give you great confidence this Christmas to look to Jesus as the fulfillment. But here's the really cool part to me, is that there is a longing in every single one of our hearts that we would be filled with meaning, that we would be filled with what our hearts crave for, the deep desires of our hearts, of significance, of relationship, of being complete and whole, of victory. Well, guess what? Jesus is the fulfillment of all of those things as well. If he can fulfill those prophecies, he can fulfill the longings of your heart. When you go into Christmas this year, I want you to say, God, here's my heart. I give it as a gift to you. And then realize and receive the gift that he gives in return to you, which is the gift of fulfilling that heart with himself. Merry Christmas. We only have a few more days left. I hope you will enjoy them. I hope you will worship Jesus. Please follow me on Instagram. Please follow me on Facebook. Get on social media. Make some comments below. Would love to hear from you. What are the things you're wanting to see God do in your own life? Let's engage. Thanks so much. Go to drewland.org as well and check those things out. Merry Christmas.